every Hello everyone and good afternoon. Welcome to our second day of the ROGU Union Student Election 2022 question time. Thank you so much for joining us again. And yesterday we had a Q&A section with our president candidates, and there were 18 of them. So today we're having a session. We have 10 candidates running for the vice president roles, and they are the Vice President International, Vice President Societies, Vice President Sports, Vice President Welfare, Vice President Community, and Vice President Education. Remember as well that voting starts at midnight today, midnight, March 30th, actually, early morning, March 30th, and we'll close 2 p.m. on Friday, April 1st. And we will be announcing the results on that same day as well. By voting, you are ensuring that you have a say in who leads your student union. You are also ensuring that your voice is heard and that the right people represent you at the highest levels in the university. So prepare to use your voice, prepare to use your vote. And votings will also happen on the union website, roguunion.co.uk/elections. So what will be happening this afternoon is a Q&A section. We are joined by some of our candidates, and they will be telling us in 2 minutes about their manifestos, about themselves and what they want to achieve. And then we would have a minute to ask them some questions as well. We're currently live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and the union website. So please, if you have at any point during this conversation, you have a question for any of our candidates, please share them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to share them with to ask them to the candidates as well. So remember that we have just some of our candidates here. So it will be really, really important that you visit the union's website to see all of our candidates and read about their manifestos, and then so that you can make an informed decision on who you vote for. So we'll begin now. It's time to meet our candidates, and we will begin with our vice president candidates for international. So we have here with us today, Freedom is here, right? Yes, we have Freedom.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
Thank you. Yeah. So we have Freedom, and so sorry, 2 seconds. 2 seconds, please. For our vice president roles, we have Freedom. We have Adedeji. Deji is not here, right? We have Onyinyechi. We have Sangita.
Hello.
Okay, so we have Freedom and Sangita here, and then Chioma. Okay, and Chioma. All right. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. So quickly, in 2 minutes, just tell us about your manifesto and what you hope to achieve in office. So we can start with Freedom.
Okay. Thank you, Laila. My name is Freedom Ememando. I'm currently studying information technology with business intelligence, and I'm running for the office of the Vice President International. So I have 4 simple basic objectives. One, the first one, I'm going to work with lecturers and school leaders to be able to create study groups. These study groups become very important because they help the international students who arrive late due to visa delays and some other exigencies that comes with moving into a new country and moving into a new town. My second objective is to work with the incoming executive committee to try to involve a lot more international students in societies and in groups, especially but not limited to sports. My third objective is also to fast track the integration of international students into the community on their arrival. I hope to achieve this by creating community tours. These community tours are not going to be free; they'll be very discounted. But the idea is to the idea of it is to be able to get these new arrivals to get used to the community as fast as possible. I'll also be able to create digital tools that will help them to track a lot of the things they need to do upon their arrival. Things like picking up their BRPs and getting their student IDs, and share a lot of videos around how to use things like your Google Map, your bus tickets, your bus routes, and know what bus number to enter and when to enter it. The fourth, but not the last, the fourth but not the least, I hope to create a cultural week where students share and showcase their diverse culture and also get to learn other cultures.
Time is up right now. Thank you so much, Freedom. So, Sangita, if you could tell us in 2 minutes your manifesto, what you hope to achieve if you are elected Vice President International.
Okay, thank you. So, hello everyone. It's me, Sangeeta Bhandari. I'm a first-year student in RGU since September 2021. I've been running for this position because I want to bring many changes for international students, like the late arrival process and how many students can miss out on many things. And international students should be guided in more depth, like how you should start your journey on RGU and what things you should be doing so it makes your life better here. And then to explore on more like cultural sites, like different cultures, because we are from like so many countries studying in RGU. So maybe some organizations to represent different cultures here, and then getting used to the environment, learning style can be really difficult for like international students. So I want to make sure that they get the enough information they need and the support they need that will make them like useful. And my main motive is like your need is my goal, so I wouldn't know everything that everyone wants. So I'll make sure that I will speak on behalf of international students and present their opinions or your ideas and views where it is needed, so and I can make sure that it gets implemented. So my main motive is like your need, like everything you need. If I get selected, I will make sure that I will try to implement it as long as it meets the university's policy. So yeah, I will look forward to be in this role to help international students live a like nice life in RGU and UK. Things they need to do, like things that are important, information they need to get access to. I will make sure that every international students get the opportunities that they need so that can so they can enhance their like, capabilities and get used to the living style in RGU and do
All right.
better.
Thank you so much, Sangita. Could you please
Thank
turn
you.
on your camera as well, Sangita, since we are on Vice President Internationals right now?
Sure, I'm sorry. I'm in the unit. That's why I had to wear mask.
Okay, no worries
Really
at
sorry
all.
for that.
No worries at all. So, Chema, in 2 minutes as well, thank you, Sangita. In 2 minutes as well, Chema, please tell us about your manifesto and what you hope to achieve if elected, and why students should vote for you as well.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody. My name is Choma Onuchukwu, studying digital marketing. And firstly, as an international student who has gone through the difficulty of settling in, who has gone through the difficulty of getting a job, I feel like this role is not for me alone. It is for everybody. And I want to be a go-to person for all international students. I want to be someone you can reach out to, someone you can communicate with when you have difficulties. So the first thing I'm looking at doing is having people that would represent students in terms of international students, someone you can go to, someone you can talk to. If you have inquiries on getting an apartment, queries on what to do, your bus tickets, how you should go about your day-to-day activities as an international student. I feel like a lot of international students do not know the next step to take the moment they get here. So I would like to get representatives under the international students that would help guide people. Now we have people coming in September, and I feel a lot of them do not know what next to do. They have lots of questions. So I would like to create an avenue where people will be able to communicate. It's not just having a role. It's not just being the head of a position, but it's about getting and carrying people along. So I would like to be the voice of the people, because I have people asking me questions, personal questions I do not have answers to. So I feel I'm running for this position for everybody. It's not a me thing, it's an us thing. So I would really want people to vote for me, because I would like to be their voice. I would like to implement things, but I would only implement them if I speak with them. I have people that do not know that their bus ticket would actually help them, even if they don't have money on it at the time. They can actually use their bus ticket to, like, enter the bus and then do some other thing. Use their student ID
10
card.
seconds left.
So I really want to be the voice for people, and I think that's it. I would really appreciate the votes.
Thank you so much, Chioma. So we will now move over to the question section, and the first questions you all have to, as in that we have.
Laila, you're forgetting me.
Oh, you just.
Oh,
you just joined. So because I had asked one who was available. Okay, all right.
Oh,
so
sorry.
okay, yeah. So Onyinyechi, right?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay,
Chuku.
okay, Onyechuku. All right. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, fine. 2 minutes then, and then let us know what your manifesto is and what you hope to achieve and why students should vote for you as well. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Akeje Onyechuku, and I want to serve students because I want to make your voice valid. And if I'm being elected, I intend to improve student experience by carrying out an online survey, which all students will be fully actively involved to get a percentage of students that have been directly impacted by, be it accommodation, job issues, present it, collect the result, and present to the university as an evidence and proof for them to see the percentage of students that have been affected. Because the reason being that I came to ROGU because I was referred. ROGU had good reviews. So if we have good reviews to tell people, more students will come to ROGU. So I'm sure the university will want to work on it. And also, it will also help improve student active participation in the university extracurricular activity. And secondly, from my observation, international students have good percentage when it comes to student population. So it will really be nice if we have like our local cuisine being displayed in the canteen for us to have access to. And lastly, as an MSc student, I had the challenge of always going late to class because I'm looking for the class venue. And I'm sure that if we have the proper online proper like like tour when new students come in, show them lecture halls and different schools so that they can be able to anywhere they're holding their lecture they can be able to attend and be on time. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, right on time as well. Thank you so much, Onyinyechuku. Okay, so anybody else in the room for this role? Vice President International, just 4 of you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we will move on to the question section now. So but this time around, you all have 1 minute each. You all have 1 minute each to, and then the question is, a major element of this role, Vice President International role, involves coordinating the union's work around celebrating the international diversity and culture at RGU. I don't know if you guys know that RGU is home to 16,000 students from as much as 132 countries. So the question now is, how will you ensure that these students from all these different nationalities, diverse backgrounds, diverse cultures, how will you ensure that these students are brought together and awareness about the wide variety of cultures that we have at RGU is raised and celebrated? I can go again if you would want me to repeat the question. The question is, a major element of this role, Vice President International, involves coordinating the union's work around celebrating the diversity and culture at RGU. RGU is home. So please, if you are not speaking, can you just turn off your mic, please? Thank you. If you're not speaking, please just turn off your mic. So RGU is home to 16,000 students from as much as 132 countries. How will you ensure, if you're elected as Vice President International, that these students that are from different nationalities are brought together and awareness of their wide variety of cultures is raised and celebrated? So we'll go with you first, Sangita.
Okay, so what I have in my mind is to like organize a fair, where every students from different culture can represent their culture, either that be with food, with clothes, with music, with language or anything. So in a small area, we can like actually make parts for like people with different cultures, so that everyone can learn something new from others, and then everyone can represent themselves, like represent their own culture while looking at others. And I think a fair is a like great area and opportunity for them, because in a small area there will be people from different countries representing different cultures. So that is what I think. And the next thing is like organizing a questionnaire, like if they had been able to participate in the organization, just to make sure that everyone gets the chance for the share.
7 seconds. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Sangita.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
next would be Chioma.
Okay. I feel like one thing I'll do is create a platform where we have people together, because what I've noticed is we have people from different regions in different groups in different, so they're not actually together. So if I can create a platform where everybody can be together, like Sangita said, a fair, or like a meeting, one ground where everybody can meet, showcase your culture, showcase your food, your dresses, anything that would like make people together. It could be sent via mails, but like a fair where everyone can be together, united force. That's what I think I'll do.
All right. Thank you. So up next would be Onyechukwu.
Okay, mine, I will first of all improve students' experience, because you don't expect someone who's having accommodation issues to have time for extracurricular activities. Once students settle in on time, they will make more time to engage in any other extracurricular activities. And then I will ensure that proper awareness is being created on internet, be it Instagram, there'll be proper awareness, different enticing way, colorful, creative way of, wanting students to know what's involved in this particular be party and all that. And then they will come out fully and actively engage, bring their talent, showcase their talent, their culture, to make it a fun celebration. Thank you.
Then finally, Freedom.
Okay, thank you. So I believe every culture has a society, and every society has a leader. I'll be able to work with all the different leaders across the different culture and societies to, one, create a cultural week. A cultural week is where every respective group or every respective culture comes to display their attires, their food. That's on one side. On the second side is to make sure that every culture gets official invitation to attend the activities and the events of the other tribes. For instance, the Nigerian society can have an event, and we send out invitation to the Indian or the Scottish or the English societies as well, and also vice versa. So that way we could tell the things that are happening within the Indian society, and the Indian society will be able to tell what's happening within the Nigerian society. That way it's going to help enforce a handshake and build more social capital for each of these cultures as well.
All right. Thank you so much. So, and then the final question for you all. What have you identified as one major issue impacting international students currently, and how do you intend to support them to overcome this? Just one major issue, not like two. So what have you identified as one major issue that is affecting international students currently, and how do you intend to support them towards overcoming that issue? So we will start up with Onyechukwu first.
The major issue, thank you. The major issue I've seen is still accommodation. Even as yesterday I was campaigning, an international student walked up to me. She's frustrated. She has already paid almost £1,000 within the space of few weeks. So it's still accommodation. And that is the reason I said I would take an online survey where all students will come and present their unique issues, and who will present this to the university. I'm sure if you let the university know that when you give reviews, bad reviews, they won't have more students. They will definitely want to do something about it. So that's the major aspect I will focus on, to improve student experience. Because once its experience is improved, students will actively participate in anything. Everybody wants to have fun, everybody wants to do things. Students will come out in mass and participate. Thank you.
Up next is Sangita.
Okay, thank you for the question. I think one of the most tough issue is the learning styles for international students. Like everything is different for international students when they come to a different country. So for me, it was really difficult to adjust to the new learning styles, like writing styles and everything. So I think it is one of the aspects that our role can help international students to guide, like this is how you should be doing things, this is how you should learn, like, this is how you should use study skills, this is how you should look up at writing skills. So I think it is one of the important aspects. Like we come here to learn, so it's our first goal, and then I think that's one of the most like important aspect we need to look at. Thank you
So much. Then Freedom next.
Okay, so I feel the primary goal why we are here is to study, right? The primary goal why we are here is not for accommodation, it's not for every other thing. Now, if our academics here has any issue, every other thing becomes secondary. Accommodation or getting used to the bus tickets, the cultures and events. So for me, it's academics. Now, a lot of things affect international students. Visa delays and a lot of the other stuff make a lot of persons miss out on the early stages of their coursework here. So how I'm going to step in to fix that is I'm going to work. I've already started something like that already, where work with lecturers and school leaders to organize study groups to help make sure that students who came here to study are doing that and doing that effectively. Now, when they're able to do that effectively, most other things begin to sort themselves out. Because a student who has an academic issue may end up not even having accommodation or may not even end up being around.
So much. Thank you so much for your reply. So Chisom.
Choma,
So sorry, Choma, sorry.
it's fine. I think one of the major things is getting reduced funds for international students. If I can find a way around it, if we can have accessible funds, because the thing is, now we are in school and we have so many people running around to get their funds paid, running around to get things sorted. If we can have more access to funds, discounts, it would really make a lot of sense for international students. I feel like that is one of the areas that we are lacking. And then for job, if we can partner with some of these agencies to help them get jobs, to make it easier for students to get jobs, and for school to have more employability and more jobs available for students to work in school, I think that would go a long way for international students. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so at this point, does anybody else, any of you have anything that you would want to add before we move on to the next vice president's candidates? If you have any,
Yes.
okay, go ahead. Onyechukwu.
Okay. I will tell my fellow students that this is an opportunity for you to change the status quo, for you to change the narrative, and your vote is valid. Believe you me, this is the time you come out and change whatever you don't want to see happen next. So sorry, but yes, sorry, my network just disappeared.
Okay.
Okay,
So
I encourage
10 more
you
seconds.
all. Okay, I encourage you all to please come out massively and exercise your student right. Thank you.
Else wants to add anything?
Yeah,
Okay, Sangita.
I just want to say thank you for everything, the meeting. We got chance to express ourselves. I would like to say sorry because I'll have to leave now because I have really important lesson to attend. But all the best to everyone, and I'll be looking forward to this, and I'll be thankful to every votes I get. So yeah, thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else wants to add something? Okay. So thank you all so much for attending this Q&A. We thank you so much for your time, and we wish you good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Laila.
All right.
Bye.
So up next, we'll move on to the Vice President Sports. And we have, okay. Up next, we have Vice President Sport position, and we are joined by the candidate for this position, Jill. Jill, are you here? Okay,
Yeah.
all right, awesome. Glad to have you. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Very well, thank you so much. So just as a reminder to our audience as well, please make sure to visit our election page on the union website, rogunion.co.uk/elections, to read up about all the contestants' manifestos and all the details about what they want to achieve when you vote for them. So voting will start midnight tonight, early morning, 30th of March, and will continue until Friday at 2 p.m. That's when votings will close. And we will be announcing results on that same day as well. So Jill, we'll start with you now. In 2 minutes, could you please share with us what your manifesto is about, what you hope to achieve, what you plan to achieve, and why students should vote for you?
So I'm Jill. I'm a third-year applied sport and exercise science student. Sport's always been a part of my life. I've been a part of the dance club since I was in first year, and I've just joined the rowing team this year. I'm also one half of the fundraising events for the SPAT team, so I oversee Oktoberfest, pub quizzes, anything that's an all-club fundraiser. So I'm wanting to work with the sports services, work with the sports president for like bringing in external coaches, providing committees with different mental health documents that will help them with the specific members in their club. I want to bring back Purple Wednesdays to show off each club. So I'm wanting to set up a committee to work with our media and communications directors. Just focus on the all over well-being, because I know within a few clubs there's been different issues, and just help clubs in a whole just work on their fundraising targets, because it has been an issue this year.
Thank you so much. Yeah, sure, no worries. Thank you. So, and then we just have one question for you as well. And the question is, with the relaxation of COVID rules and restrictions, more students will be expected back on campus by start of next semester. So what steps will you take, or what steps do you intend to take to ensure that all students take part in sport and physical activities across the university, and that sports and physical activity at RGU is inclusive and welcoming to all? I can repeat the question again if you want me to.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So the context is, with the relaxation of COVID rules and restrictions, the university is expecting much more students back on campus by the start of the next academic year. So as Vice President Sports, what steps will you take, or do you intend to take, to ensure that as students are all returning to campus, that they all participate, as in that they all get to take part in sports and physical activities in RGU, and that RGU, sports in RGU as well, is inclusive and welcoming to all?
I think it's to help people realise that no matter when you come in, you can always message a sports team page and say, look, I've got experience in this sport, and come along to a taster session or just one of a recreational fun class and work from there. Just overall, I'd be working with the sports president mainly, because they do get the most say, despite the VPs constantly being in their ear, just going, maybe this, maybe this. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, you just need to put yourself out there and go, okay, I want to do this. I'm going to message the page, and most likely they'll be more than welcome to welcome you along, because obviously sport might be deteriorating their, I'm not 100% sure, the social distancing, so more people will be able to get into a studio or out on a field, and just getting more people into the sport in general, even trying something new.
All right. Thank you so much for that as well. So please, could I ask that if you are on call, can you on the call, please, can you just turn on your cameras? You don't actually have to be the person speaking, but turn off your mic, but please turn on your cameras. That would be appreciated. Thank you. Okay, so Jill, thank you so much as well for your response as well. And that would be the only question we have here for you. Do you have anything else that you would want to add before we move on to the next vice president candidate?
I think I've covered everything. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So, I wish you all the best with your campaign. All right, thank you. So up next we have our vice president community candidates here with us.
Hi.
Hello, Esther. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Thank you very well. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry, please, can I
Thank
ask
you.
Freedom, if you're on the call, can you please turn on your camera? Okay, it's like he's not there. Okay, so we'll just proceed with you, Esther. So, so I can't.
Sorry, you talk to me.
Yeah, can you just turn on your camera if you're still on the call?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, all right, thank you. I don't know who is JA. Okay, so back to our audience. Someone's mic is on. If you could help me turn off your mic, then when you're speaking, you can turn it back on. All right. Thank you very much. Good. So just as a reminder as well to our audience, please make sure that our candidates are not all here. So please make sure that you keep up to date with what's happening with their manifestos on the union website, rguunion.co.uk/elections. So over to you, Esther. Thank you so much for joining us. And in 2 minutes as well, please share with us what your manifesto is about and what you hope to achieve and why you believe students should vote for you for the vice president community role.
Hi, I'm Esther. I'm studying by Rifle. Running for the position of community, VP community. I tend to tackle issues on accommodation. Accommodation has been a major problem affecting a lot of students in the community, and which has been linked to the area of health and mental well-being, which has been a major issue. And if I could work alongside, I would always intend to work alongside with the peer group, tackle issues on mental health, then going through depression. I will still work alongside with the Go Green to tackle issues on sustainability to achieve that net zero goal. I still intend to work alongside with my various VP and the executive to tackle issues on accommodation. And when we were given the visa, or when community, the students in ROG were given the visa, they were asked, do you have friends or family? They said no. Coming down here, you expect them to bring out a guarantee form, and yet we just see that upfront front, they don't have guarantors. So that issue could be tackled if my idea is being taken or other ideas are being put in order to bring out if their cards can be used or their provision of statement of accounts can be used. That will still help to make ROGU a sustainable, happy community. And I'll still tackle the issue of jobs. A lot of students and ROGU students have been going through job issues, and that can be tackled through voluntary when they involve in voluntary aspects, which will help them gain experience. I will still tackle the issue of free space parking. A lot of people during the examination, they don't have a place to park. They go to exam late, and that has a mental impact on them. I will tackle those issues. Then alumni, I've always believed in alumni community. We have to create an alumni community because these people are our backbone, they are our coverage, and they represent us outside too. So those are what I intend to tackle with a lot of more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Esther. So we also have just one question as well for you, and the question is this: the local community that RUGU is in, it contributes to our educational experience. So someone's mic is on. I'm so sorry. Okay. The local community, our RUGU campus, is located and contributes to our educational experience. So how will you ensure that the RUGU student community continues to make positive contributions to the local community in which we are based?
Okay, thank you. So like I said, my manifesto, I always strengthening the relationship between the RGU community and the wider community, and having a friendly relationship with them. And this could be done through voluntary service. We'll go into voluntary service to get across to the wider community, to interact with them, to get to know them, to respect their culture, and to understand how they do things. So this could be achieved with the voluntary services. That's what I intend to do. Thank you.
And I just want to thank everyone. I don't know if any other person is in the room, if any other candidate is in the room, because I can't see any other candidate here. Okay. So, so I want to believe that that's all the candidates we have in the room. Okay, all right, no one else. Thank you so much. So thank you all so much for attending. And at this point, I just wanted to add, does anybody have anything that you would want to just mention, you know, if you have any closing remarks? Any of the candidates this time around, not just you, anybody. If you have any final words to students.
Okay. Like I would say, I want all of us to come out together and go vote. Vote for who you want. Vote for peace. Vote for equality. Vote for collaboration. And I believe that with this teamwork, we can make this achieve to have RGU, a sustainable community. Thank you very much.
Up the Q&A section for today. Thank you all to our candidates for attending, and thank you all to our audience for listening as well. Like I always say, make sure that you head over to the union website to see all of our candidates, see all their manifestos, everything you need to know about them, everything you need to know about what they want to achieve in office. And we believe that this will help you make an informed decision when you want to vote. Voting starts midnight today. That will be early morning Wednesday, March 30th, and will continue up until 2 p.m. on Friday, April 1st, 2022. And we will also be announcing the results of the election on that same day, April 1st, 2022. So thank you all so much for participating in this Q&A, and we wish you all good luck to our candidates. Take good care. Bye.
Thank you, Laila.
Bye.
Bye, sir. Yeah.